S-P-E-A-K. Everybody wanna say, speak up. S-P-E-A-K. Speak up.
Professor Andrews, this is Dr. Baxter. How do you do?
How do you do? Hello, Al. How are you?
Fine, thanks, Eric. Nice to see you again.
Sally, do you know Steve? No, how do you do?
Hello, Sally. I'm glad to meet you.
Tony, I'd like to introduce my friend, Mary Parker. Oh, hello. I've heard so much about you.
Hello.
May I introduce myself? My name's Susan Roper.
Oh, hello. I'm John Lee. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Where are you from?
India.
Whereabouts in India?
Excuse me, aren't you Henry Pollard?
Yes, that's right.
Look, Jake, you're just too old for me.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're 20 years older than me.
Well, yes, okay. But so what? Age isn't important, Sally.
Yes, it is, Jake. You're boring. You can't dance. You don't like my friends. You've got no sense of humour. And you haven't got any hair. All you can do is talk about yourself and read books and listen to music. You haven't even got any money.
Well, yes, I know. But money isn't everything.
What's he like then, Polly?
Who? Rob? Well, you know,
He's very good looking. What, tall, dark and handsome?
well, not as tall as your Jake, but he's dark and handsome, all right. He's got lovely brown eyes and a super smile. And he's got a great sense of humour. And he can dance all night. And he thinks I'm great.
I must say you're lucky. Can't say the same about Jake. Rob's older than you, isn't he?
No, actually, he isn't. We're the same age. Both 21 next summer. Perhaps my nose is too big. Do you think it is? No, perhaps not. I don't know. On the other hand, my hair's nice. Rob says he likes long fair hair. He's sweet. My eyes are a bit small, though. Still, they're pretty. And I know I've got really nice teeth. Look at that smile. I do think my nose is too big, though. Well, perhaps not. I don't know.
I don't know what the problem is. I'm good looking. I'm very intelligent, though I say it myself. I'm an interesting person. I've got a lot of experience with the world. I've got a good job. I can speak 3 languages. Why isn't she happy?
Well, perhaps you're too perfect. You're just too good for her.
Yes, maybe you're right, Rob. Perhaps that's it.
You're too old. Maybe you're right. Yes, you are.
We're the same age. Yes, we are.
My eyes are a bit small. They're pretty. Yes, they are.
He's got a great sense of humour. Yes, he has. You've got pretty eyes. You haven't got any money.
I can speak 3 languages. He can dance all night. Yes, he can. You can't dance. I can't say the same.
No, he isn't. Age isn't important. Why isn't she happy? He hasn't got any hair. No, he hasn't.
Adele.
My mornings usually start fairly late, particularly at the weekends. I might stay in bed with the newspaper until possibly 9 or 9:30. My husband usually brings the morning cup of tea up. Very often we have house guests over the weekend, which entails a lot of cooking and seeing to everybody's comfort, which makes it a very busy weekend. But when there isn't an activity like that, I tend to do housework if I feel like it, washing and ironing. If it's very good weather, I might do some gardening. We don't have a lot of cooked meals, so there isn't much cooking to be done. I might take the dog for a walk. As I am heavily involved with the local youth club, I do occasionally take a group of members to the ice skating rink in Oxford, or recently I took 8 of the members to an assault course at Bicester Garrison. I sit and read the newspapers at some time during the weekend. I watch television in the evening, possibly make several telephone calls to the family, maybe visit my elderly mother in Newbury, and mostly do exactly what I feel like doing.
Rufus.
If I have business, then I get into my office, which is not far from the bedroom, at any time after 6 o'clock in the morning. And then I work there for as long as it's necessary. Take my wife up a cup of tea, followed by a cup of coffee a bit later. We don't usually have breakfast. Occasionally we have Saturday lunch, but not very often, and usually a light meal in the evening. When I'll have finished office work, then I normally sit down with the Saturday newspaper and do the crossword puzzle. On Sunday mornings, I usually but lie in, possibly until midday. I get up and usually get some tea and then some coffee, and let the dog out into the garden when he wants to go there. In the afternoon, it will depend upon whether we go out in the car or whether I just sit quietly with the papers.
1.
No, I never have breakfast as such, but usually a couple of biscuits.
2.
I never have breakfast either.
3.
I'm retired, so I don't go to work.
4.
I never drink between meals except when it's very hot.
5.
I usually have lunch about 1.
6.
We then normally have our dinner at about 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening.
7.
I sometimes do the ironing while I'm watching TV.
afternoon here at Wembley with the score at Spain 8, England 1. Campbell to Evans, to Murchison, Murchison on to Barker, and Gonzalez intercepts. Very good play there by Gonzalez. That's funny. There's a very strange light in the sky. A strange red light. Everybody's looking up, and I think I can see... Yes, the light's coming from a strange machine. Not an aeroplane. It's round and very big indeed. It's coming down very low now, and yes, it's landing. This is amazing. Now a door's opening in the top, and a strange thing is getting out. And another, and another. 3 strange things are getting out. They're wearing green suits, and they've got, just a moment, yes, 6 arms and 3 eyes. Now they're walking across the field towards the centre. And now one of them has taken hold of Evans, the England striker. Yes, he's pulling him over to the spaceship. He's taking him inside. I must find out what's going on. I'm going down to have a word with our visitors. Excuse me, sir. Madam. Sir. I am Brian Carter of BBC Radio News. I wonder if I might ask you a few questions. Oh. It's taking out a gun. It's holding it up in its left hand. Its top left hand. It's pointing it at me. Ah!
Eat. Green. Ship. Field. It. Green. Sheep. Filled. Eat. Grin. Sheep. Filled. Machine. Green. Field. People. Believe. Dream.
In. Picture. Listen. Difference. Is. Coming. Thing. Him. Ship. Inside. Visitor. Think. "50 years ago, the average July temperature was 34 degrees centigrade. Now it is 35 degrees.
50 years ago, the average temperature in January was 8 degrees. 100 years ago, it was 9 degrees.
The average height of Fantasian men today is 1 meter 70. 100 years ago, it was 1 meter 65.
100 years ago, the average height of women was 1 meter 60. Now it is 1 meter 65.
50 years ago, Fantasians worked 49 hours a week. Now they work 42 hours.
Fantasians have 5 weeks paid holiday a year. 50 years ago, they only had 2 weeks.
It takes a letter 3 days to travel 100 kilometers in Fantasia. 100 years ago, it only took 1 day.
50 years ago, there were 200,000 men in the Fantasian army. Today, there are 50,000.
50 years ago, the population of San Fantastico, the Fantasian capital, was 4 million. 100 years ago, it was 1 million.
23% of the population had no homes 100 years ago. 50 years ago, the figure was 17%.
Unemployment today is running at 17% of the working population. This is nearly as bad as the situation 100 years ago, when unemployment was 20%.
1,
Fish. Chicken. Million. Big.
2,
Price. Time. Rising. Night. Right.
3,
30. First. Shirt.
A,
Girl.
B,
Size.
C,
Arriving.
D,
Tights.
E,
White.
F,
Thirsty.
G,
Light.
H,
With.
I,
Fin.
J,
Bird.
K,
Stir.
L,
Bright.
M,
Slight.
N,
Excite.
O,
Ride.
P.
50.
One,
She worked in a dress shop.
2,
It rained almost every day.
3,
It's starting early.
4,
There's something wrong with it.
5,
It smelt strange.
6,
It stops quite often.
7,
There was no sound.
8,
We tried to help them.
9,
She puts food out for the birds.
10.
My car's using a lot of oil.
Hello, darling. Did you have a good day?
Not bad. The usual sort of thing. Meetings, phone calls, letters. You know.
Did you see anybody interesting?
Well, Chris came into the office this morning. We had a long talk.
Oh, yes. What about?
Oh, this and that. Things, you know.
I see.
And then Janet turned up, as usual, just when I was trying to finish some work.
So what did you do?
Had lunch with her.
And where did you go? Somewhere nice?
No, just the pub round the corner. A pie and a pint, you know. Then in the afternoon there was a budget meeting. It went on for hours.
Sounds like a boring day. Did anything interesting happen?
Don't think so, not really. Can't remember. Oh, yes, one thing, something rather strange.
What?
Well, it was this evening. I was getting ready to come home, and the phone rang. So I picked it up, and there was this man.
Who?
Well, I don't know. He wouldn't say who he was. But he asked me to have lunch with him tomorrow.
What?
Yes. He said he wanted to talk to me about something very important.
So what did you say?
Well, I said yes, of course. How was your day?
1,
Bad. Had. Happen. Rang. Man.
2,
Darling. Afternoon. Rather. Ask. Glass.
3,
Came. Strange. Day. Say. Train.
4,
Call. Talk. Saw. Wait. Hate. Hard. Glass. Start. Law. Car. Bath. Late. Ball. Black. Make. paid, arm, rain, fall, hat, part, happy, half, past, awful, may, all, stand, walk.
What? Wasn't. Want. Watch. Swan. Many. Any. Again. Says. Said. Et. About. America. England. Umbrella.
Here are the same words pronounced with a northern accent.
Bad. Had. Happen. Rang. Man. Darling. Afternoon. Rather. Ask. Glass. Came. Strange. Day. Say. Train. Call. Talk. Saw. Wait. Hate. Hard. Glass. Start. Law. Car. Bath. Late. Ball. Black. Make. Paid. Arm. Rain. Fall. Hat. Part. Happy. Half. Past. Awful. May. All. Stand. Walk. What. Wasn't. Want. Watch. Swan. Many. Any. Again. Says. Said. Ate. About. America. England. Umbrella.
Here are the same words pronounced with an American accent.
Bad. Had. Happen. Rang. Man. Darling. Afternoon. Rather. Ask. Glass. Came. Strange. Day. Say. Train. Call. Talk. Saw. Wait. Hate. Hard. Glass. Start. Law. Car. Bath. Late. Ball. Black. Make. Paid. Arm. Rain. Fall. Hat. Part. Happy. Half. Past. Awful. May. All. Stand. Walk. What. Wasn't. Want. Watch. Swan. Many. Any. Again. Says. Said. Ate. About. America. England. Umbrella.
A.
It's got 4 wheels and usually carries 1 person, but it can carry 2. Its top speed is around 6 kilometres an hour and it weighs about 15 kilos. It costs £185.
B.
This vehicle costs about £7,000. It can go at up to 160 kilometres per hour and can carry 4 people in comfort. It weighs 695 kilos when it's empty. There are 4 wheels.
C.
These 2-wheeled vehicles are very popular with teenagers. They are fast, but much less safe than vehicles A or B. This model has a maximum speed of 240 kilometers per hour and weighs 203 kilos. It can carry 1 or 2 people and costs £4,893.
D.
This vehicle, which costs £91,000, is commonly used for public transport. It has 2 decks, or floors, and can carry 72 people when full. Its maximum speed is 110 kilometres an hour, but it doesn't usually go faster than 80. It has 6 wheels and weighs 9,000 kilos.
E.
This vehicle was built by 2 countries working in collaboration. It travels at 2,160 kilometres per hour, faster than sound, carrying a maximum load of 100 people. When it is fully loaded with passengers and fuel, it weighs 175,000 kilograms. It has 10 wheels. Each of these vehicles costs hundreds of millions of pounds to produce. It's impossible to say exactly how much.
F.
How many wheels?
2.
What does it weigh?
13.5 kilos.
How much does it cost?
£195.
How many people can it carry?
Just 1.
Top speed?
It depends. For most people, perhaps about 25 kilometres per hour.
One.
Today's not as cold as yesterday.
2.
She's older than he is.
3.
You're different from your photo.
4.
She goes to the same school as my brother.
5.
She's not nearly as tall as me.
6.
She's the nicest of the 3 girls.
7.
Her eyes are the same colour as yours.
8.
Both of us like dancing.
9.
Your house is much nicer than mine.
10.
There are a lot of words in this sentence.
1.
I've sprained my hand rather badly, and it's also been cut when I fell off my bicycle, and I need something to wrap around it to stop it from bleeding and also to give it some support when I want to try and use it again.
2.
I'm going on an expedition where I need to climb up some very steep, icy mountains. Now, I need some device that I can clamp onto the bottom of my boots, which will enable me to grip the ice as I walk up the steep slope.
3.
I do a lot of gardening and my hands get extremely dirty, and I would like something that I can get the dirt out of my nails with.
4.
After work I go horse riding and get dirty. When I get home I like to get into something that has water in it to get me clean.
A.
I have lunch at 1 o'clock because that's when we break for lunch at work, between 1 and 2. We then normally have our dinner at about 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening.
B.
By car.
C.
Most evenings I don't get home until 9 o'clock. So there isn't very much left of the evening to do anything with, apart from maybe water the garden in this hot weather. But on Saturday evenings, we like to go out together for a meal, because it seems to be the only time we can sit and talk to each other. And nothing else very exciting, really.
D.
As late as possible, but usually 8:30.
E.
I drink all day long because we have a coffee machine at work and I don't have to make it myself.
We'll see you next time for more exciting and helpful videos to help you master your speaking fluency through our listening sessions. Thank you for being with us.